Hey guys, this is William with the video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EGIK WM France Deck G456 game with mikechike, Keith, and Thatcher. Bit of an odd opening pack. Glutton and Pickler both here. Very difficult to do both things because Glutton lets you turn the vegetables that are getting you the Pickler points into points themselves. So kind of an odd opening pack, especially with Field Agent here as well. I see Animal Husbandry Worker. I'm usually pretty happy first picking Animal Husbandry Worker. I don't think I'm gonna like there is this Scholar Pastor line maybe like that I could look at, but pretty sure I want to grab Animal Husbandry Worker here. Getting breeding, like if I do that and wheel Glutton, maybe my opponents can fight over Pickler and I'll get a ton of animals. And that seems like a pretty reasonable start. Ooh. Ooh, Constable, eh? Constable is tough with Animal Husbandry Worker because in order to get the Animal Husbandry Worker points, you have a hard time filling your farm. I could take it here. I could also take Freeloader. Freeloader, knowing that Pickler and Glutton are in the game, seems pretty good, right? Freeload Family Growth, or Freeload Plow Sow in 14 seems very important. It's a funny draft. Like there's the Master Builder Carpenter here, but there's also Botanist, Gluten-Free Baker, and the Sailboat Constructor. So the Sailboat Constructor is kind of fine with just a generic, reasonable stone house, go for the Constable points farm, where I maybe get some points out of Glutton. Gluten-Free Baker, obviously not great for the Pickler, but it's still a fantastic card. And then we've got the Botanist here. I think I'm taking Botanist here. The presence of Pickler in the game makes Gluten-Free Baker a decent amount worse. And I think Botanist is better than that in this case. Oh, what? Great cards here. Really great cards here. Soil Nutritionist and Visiting Quarryman, both fantastic here. Normally this is an easy Visiting Quarryman, but knowing about Glutton, knowing about Gluten-Free Baker, knowing about Pickler, I'm just taking Soil Nutritionist every time here, right? Because the ability to get extra, like to pay clay for extra vegetables in particular, is going to be a very good effect. Visiting Quarryman is really good, but I mean, I suspect that I will want to fill up my farm, given Animal Husbandry Worker, right? So what do I want here? Something like Northern Borders would be really good here. I'd really like Kudzu. Northern Borders or Kudzu. I'd be quite happy with either of those. Hello, Rallycran. Meadow. Yeah, basically anything that lets me break the room number for Animal Husbandry, or the pasture number for Animal Husbandry Worker, I'd be pretty happy with. And even doubly so if it lets me fill up my farm at the same time. Which do I want here? I could take the Glutton and really count on getting Gluten-Free Baker back. I mean, I think Glutton is pretty good with Soil Nutritionist either way, but I could also take Pickler. You know, 4 wood occupation. Unlikely. And like if I play Pickler, that kind of inherently makes somebody's glutton worse, right? The resources from Good Friend could be pretty good this game. Just thinking that with Cell Nutritionist, I have a way to use the clay. I almost certainly want to make a fourth room. Could look at Burger Flipper purely as a constable card. I mean, I have Animal Husbandry Worker. I can get breeding pairs of cattle in stage 1 if, for some reason I hit the right card for that, but I'd be surprised if that was the case. Easy Sailboat Constructor, the other two are not really playable. Hmm. Hmm. Guest room, eh? So with guest room, the line is something like play animal husbandry worker, play pickler, play burger flipper, flip twice so that I get a pair of cattle. Um, breed those cattle, build a cooking hearth. I have the 4 wood from the pickler. I have 4 clay, build a cooking hearth. And then I would need take a read in any manner to play guest room. So let's see, what's the timing on that? So 3 ox, 1 4 clay action, build the cooking hearth. 3 ox, 1 4 clay, build the cooking hearth, 2 bottom feeding, plus a reedstone food. And whether or not that's enough food depends on the bottom feeding actions that I get. I might have to do the reedstone food in 4. I might have to do the reedstone food into guest room in 5. Yeah, that works. All right, let's do it. Also seems really good with freeloader because I can freeload the family growth without room space. So yeah, and obviously in a late family growth game, it's really good. So yeah, cooking corner for my vegetables is a thing. Half timbered house looks all right. I could go for clay supports. So with clay supports, I'd be like thinking about playing soil nutritionist and plowing a bunch in the mid game, but maybe hard to justify that when I've got swing plow here. Now swing plow, one of the cards that lets me get the animal husbandry worker fences and still fill my farm, right? Because swing plow I get to 6 and then I plow sow once off of 1 room. Um, yeah, that's probably what I'm actually gonna do. Is take swing plow here over clay supports. Yeah, I think the swing plow actually, and it helps me get the constable points. We have cooking corner at home. That's good. Um, wow, good friend game. Good friend game. I'll take children's playground. I think. Right, I should have 5 pastures. So crop rotation field is also solid. It activates the soil nutritionist an extra time. Like the thing is, you sow the vegetable on it and then you resow the grain. It lets you pay the clay then. Is that a thing that I need? I'm not sure that's a thing that I need. I think I actually want points. Wow. Um, okay, I'll take mansion. I'm not planning to pursue the mansion points, but there's no way I'm passing the clay supporter player mansion. Yeah, these cards are dumb. Yeah, I tend to agree. They're pretty, yeah. They're not exactly the cards that I'm looking for. Like, I'm kind of looking for, you know, like, I want more stuff like Children's Playground. I want, like, points. I mean, Swing Plow was solid. Swing Plow Children's Playground Guest Room was solid. It was mostly just that pack, after already having passed Clay Supports and Half Timbered House. Fortunately, those two are in the same pack, which makes them tough to get, but... yeah, so it's not clear to me if I'm playing Sailboat Constructor yet. That we'll have to see. I don't know if I am or am not. The thing about my guest room line is that a lot of the time in round 6 and round 7, the guest is literally just getting me the 2 cattle that I just ate back. But that's okay because that is just going to be so much food long term. Like if those actions get me, 3 food and 2 cattle, like I'm fine with that because then those cattle are going to be breeding the rest of the game. And it should make my feeding not too tough. So I really want to be in the 2 seat this game because cheap occupation round 1 and the extra food are both relevant. The extra food is super relevant for guest room, and getting cheap ock for my first stock is relevant. And I can't afford very many actions that are not, what I laid out, right? I need reedstone food or 2 reed. Reedstone food or 2 reed. I need the 3 ox, 4 clay, build a cooking hearth. 4 clay, build a cooking hearth, and then the 2 bottom feeding. Wait, did I do that right? I think I did that wrong. 3 ox, 2 bottom feeding to get the 2 cattle. Okay. Reedstone food, 4 clay cooking hearth, leaves me ready to play guest room in round 5. Guest room versus glutton. Honestly, it's a weird game, right? Because like gluten-free bakers out there, it's an odd game. It's an odd game. It looks like it's gonna be an odd one. Rilo Kren with the Prime sub. 21 months. Wow. That's really fantastic. Rilo Kren, you are one of the chatters that helps me turn the stream on every day. So I just want to say thank you so much, Rilo Kren. I really appreciate your support and congratulations on family growthing. Yeah, so absinthe, I was also thinking about Pastureland there, so I opened the Pastureland. Not good with Freeloader, right? At least not at the end of the game. And like the fact that you can't first move start player is relevant sometimes. So yeah, I mean I'll take Iron Oven here. So Iron Oven is one of the cards that like might actually let me play Sailboat Constructor. Because if I'm on 3 rooms, I don't care about getting to the stone room so much. But I mean if I have Iron Oven, baking and getting the food back from the grain on the constructor is not that difficult, right? Like, I don't think I'm ever taking sack cart or pastureland here. Pastureland just has issues with freeloader mostly. Vegetable harvest at home. I really enjoy that. This could be an upholstery game that I decide that I'm not sure what to do in the mid game, and it turns out I need something to dump points into. This could be an upholstery game. But I'll take the cooking corner. If I don't get a cooking hearse, something has gone terribly wrong. Or I've just totally changed my plan. I'll take cookpot here. This would be a great game to get cheap occupation in the 3 seat. Really great game for that. Keith has educator. That changes things. Keith having educator changes things. Yep. Because Keith will take 3 food. And especially if sheep don't flip in round 2, the 3 food spaces will be fairly contested. Hmm. I think I still continue as planned, though. I'll play Animal Husbandry Worker first. Ooh, I have the click off set. I was like, why is this so difficult? I might get the 2 clay fireplace here. The problem is, I don't really want the 2 clay fireplace. Now, maybe I've chilled my opponents on building the first fireplace with my round 1 Animal Husbandry Worker. I'm gonna take one read. I've got a dream. The dream is for clay into um for clay into expensive Ock Burger Flipper round two, and then round three both bottom feeding actions. Probably that's not realistic. Mike might take the two clay here. And if Mike takes the two clay, then I'll do Burger Flipper into a two food action flip. And then I can grab the three food in round three and then play Pickler with my second move in three, maybe. Or something. Ooh, being last. Okay, so I probably am not seeing the four clay. Probably not seeing the four clay. But the educator does make occupation a bit easier to get to. This has been quite a slow start. Oh, I didn't reload this. That was a mistake. There we go. That's better. Much better. He's playing Chemist. Why not Burger Flipper here? Yeah, no, I did play Burger Flipper. You must be looking at a different farm. I think you're looking at the Thatcher's farm, maybe. Yeah, I think it'll be a good friend hand. And Mike opened Mansion and saw Half Timbered House as well. Yeah, I think it'll be a good game for the good friend. Although I'm not playing Mansion. Not planning to, at least. But yeah, I feel like Keith played Chemist. Another space, Keith. It's got to go on a different space. Yeah, it doesn't go on the space that you went on. I think he played this. I think he's played this recently. This card is generally pretty terrible. Based on 3 wood. Alright. So if I get the 4 food traveling players, I'm doing okay. But if I don't get the 4 food traveling players here, I'm pretty sad. And I get it. Alright, that works. And now I would like cheap Octawheel, which Thatcher probably takes. Keith, probably Mike takes 4 wood and Keith takes 3 wood, 1 clay, and activates his chemist. So I would guess that Thatcher plays a cheap occupation. And then I'm on expensive Ock. I don't really want to go on expensive Ock, though. I could take 3 clay and count on getting a clay somehow from Keith. I could do that. Count on the chemist giving me my 4th clay. You could have sworn I played Pickler. Nope. 2 read, 1 clay. Is that better than 3 clay? No, I think I actually am just supposed to take the 3 clay here. Keith has Tile Maker. Yeah, so Tile Maker really makes me not want to go to a stone house, right? So maybe somebody's got clay supports, and if it's Mike, he'd appreciate the 2 read, 1 clay. Yeah, he definitely will. So yeah, I mean, Thatcher doesn't have clay supports. He wouldn't have played it. Keith has the chemist. So presumably Keith does not also have clay supports. So I'm guessing it's Mike, and that Mike might also have. If he has clay supports, he cannot also have half timbered house. He can't have both. Yeah. That's funny. Thatcher giving themselves 4 people for some reason. Get 4 wood here. Keith's playing Pastor. So it's possible Keith has clay supports. I would play clay supports if I had Pastor. So Keith is probably taking 3 wood. Well, yeah, he could do 3 wood, loan a clay, and then I could take whatever space the clay is on. He does, no, Keith. Building resource accumulation space. Sheep is not a building resource accumulation space. Could be with cat lover. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, take Rita's in from wholesale agent. Keith's gonna play another rock here. I don't really want to have to ask Keith specifically for every single one of his moves. And if he sends farm, I'll see the archer there. And that makes a pretty big difference if we can see the archer. -1 action for Hearth in stage 1, +1 clay move. Yeah. This is an engineer trap game. Well, you play bad cards like Chemist. And Tile Maker to feed it. Warlock's play not any of them giving any real value. Yeah. Yeah. Archer is not. Acha is not an MVP. Seems like Mike's gonna get a happy birthday here. No, not necessarily. Thatcher might not build here. But if Thatcher doesn't build, what else is he doing? I guess taking 2 reed and a clay. Yeah, 2 reed and a clay is pretty good with Carpenter. You miscreant. What up? Mike gets to grow next round either way, so I don't feel so bad about this. But I'm gonna eat all 3 of my cattle here. Need 3A, 9 food to guest room the rest of the way. So what Mike gets to do now is he gets to take. Well, he gets to take. No, Keith might take the 3 wood. I was gonna say Mike gets to take. Mike could friend wood and then take 3 wood and build first action in 6 to grow in 7 for sure if it's late family growth. Is there an educator token? There's not. I should be the educator token. Who helps the educator? Who's like the educational assistant that like is the MVP in the classroom? Thatcher? Yeah. That's good. I like that. I like that. Definitely Thatcher. That's great. Constable. So we finally have our first playable occupation here for Keith, which is Stone Sculptor. Two clay, two stone on the stone space. Interesting. Hmm. Will three wood come? Will three food come back? If three food doesn't come back, I'm pretty sad because I want to. I want to flip twice. But I mean, two clay, two stones seems like a pretty great move, knowing what I do about this game. The low nice as in an in-game chat after you spring your move correlates like 10 experience. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to put all that work into getting breeding cattle online unless I have a pretty convincing reason to do so. So Mike playing Constable got him the wood grab. That's why he was able to friend Reed. Yeah, so he didn't need to do the move I was thinking of because he had Constable as a 4 wood. Yeah, so Mike gets to grow here and next round. I think he starves if he grows next round, but we'll see what else he has in his hand. Pretty sure he starves if he tries to grow next round because I'm taking 3 food here. But then he gets to take 3 food because I'm flipping. Maybe he does okay then. No, he's playing Crystal Ball. So I assume that Thatcher is taking fishing. But we will see. Keith gonna start player sack cart. So there's 6 wood and 3 sheep. Kind of whatever Keith takes, I want the opposite one. Is that even true? Do I care about the 3 sheep? Maybe I don't really care about the 3 sheep. That might be the case. So how does Soul Nutritionist pay it out? Is it per field? Plow at least 1 field. So no, Soul Nutritionist will only pay out 3 times because twice off swing plow plus plow sow. But that's fine. That should be enough. We put our guest to work in the botanical arts. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could have tried to have greeted out botanist there, but I don't know. 2 stone, 2 clay. Pretty good move. I could also play Soil Nutritionist. Or, sorry, not Soil Nutritionist, Sailboat Constructor. I think I just play botanist here. Especially while Keith has no food. Not that it really matters. He's going to get his 7th Thok out anyways, but I don't need to help it come out any faster. Thatcher really slow playing his build. I'll grab the 2 reed 1 clay, get ready for my own build. I could definitely see myself renovating before building. Yeah, I could definitely see myself doing that. Especially if I got Reedstone food. Side cart should be 11. It should. Yeah, good catch. Good catch, Wishvin. Good catch. So I think Mike's on Reedstone food here. I mean, it depends on how he's feeding. I guess I don't know exactly how he's feeding. And my last action is certainly to flip a cattle. Burger flip here. It's really like taking 2 cattle, of course, because they breed. Yeah, it's 5, 8, 11, 14. You're right. Because they're all spread 3 rounds apart. Does Thatcher think they can combo clay support with Carpenter? Ooh. That is a good question. That is an excellent question, Fofo. I bet you're right. I bet that's what's going on. So Mike can grow if he does day labor plus family growth action that triggers Crystal Ball. Take 4 wood. He might just be double building here. I don't think clay supports could have gotten that far. I'd be so surprised if clay supports got all the way back to Thatcher. It should not have. If that's the case, it should not have. I'm pretty sure we're just going to see Thatcher double build clay rooms here and grow in 8 and 9, which seems reasonably good. So the well triggers Crystal Ball. Yeah, Mike does not grow, so he's going to grow in 8, which means Thatcher doesn't grow until 9. So probably freeloader to get on family growth will be a thing to do. Oh, Thatcher ate a reed. I was like, Thatcher had the reed to double build, but no, because he ate a reed. That's why. 4 clay, Reno, 2 stone. And build a clay room, I think. Plus, me taking clay here makes it that much more difficult for Keith and Mike to make, especially for Mike to make a major improvement that helps him feed. Yeah, 2 stone, and then yeah, Reno, 2 stone, and then something. And Keith going to fence 15 here. Okay. So I'm just trying to get on the build room space in round 9. And then I get to grow in 10. Ooh, Thatcher took 2 stone. I don't really think that changes my game plan. Unless I want to take 3 food traveling players and flip it to deny it to Mike. But it only denies him 1 food. You know what? This game's quite food hungry. This is actually probably a pretty good line for Keith, I should say. This is actually probably pretty great for Keith to be doing this line. Build the pottery here. Since I don't have a grain to bake with an oven. And so nutritionist can get me extra clay. So reedstone food would be good because it lets me play cook pot in round 10. And I don't really think I care about the second reed because I'm not renovating to stone, and there's no way I'm taking another read action. Yeah, I'm not renovating to stone. I'm not building again. So that's all the read I need for the rest of the game because I'm not playing mansion. Some of these songs are so nice, and some of them are very, very modern. Yeah, I like the big band stuff more. It's hard to have that much dissonance when you have that many instruments. It's just never gonna sound good. It's election day here in Canada, so if you haven't, I encourage everyone to vote. Keith's playing Magnet here. I bet he doesn't want to do that when I tell him the harvest is part of a round. Magnet's round, right? Not work phase. Yeah. Yeah, end of the work phase is fine. It makes what is it, manual labor quite a bit worse when everything looks counts comes in at the end of the round or end of the work phase instead of end of the round, but maybe that's another card that should read end of the work phase. Just making sure he knows he won't get it in time to sculpt, that's all. Uh 2 clay, 1 wood seems like a pretty great move with the pottery, actually. And it lets me to continue to deny clay to Mike. And the longer Mike doesn't have any clay, the harder time his feeding is. I thought Gray collected fridge magnet. That would be, you know what? That would be a good, if you wanted a special gift for the Agricola lover in your life, fridge magnets of the cards. I did that, true. You did activate Pastor. No, it didn't activate. Keith is like, I activated Pastor. No, you didn't, but whatever. I'll be nice. Whatever, I don't. Yeah. He has a crystal ball, yeah. Alright, feed a cattle and a clay. Go up 2 food. Thought I would freeloader and build here. Manual labor kind of has to be around since things like wood collector. You know what, actually, that was an issue. Mike pointed that out to me yesterday. I was trying to combo Mason's Apprentice with Parquet Setter. And Mike correctly pointed out that, well, Mason's Apprentice, you're not building in the work phase, so then you don't get to activate it. And I was like, oh, darn, that sucks. Because that made my combo quite a bit worse. My Fiddler V2 is bad for that reason. Yeah, yeah. It's almost like I almost wish that we could have like if we had a term that that included the start everything from the start of the round to the end of the work phase. That would be if we could have a simple term for that that's not end of the work phase, but like we'd have to basically define a new Agricola term. Man, Thatcher killing me with these stone grabs. Uh, take 3 wood, I guess. Three wood, swing plow, plow, or fence. I could fence second move. 3 wood, fence 11, cook pot. I kind of want to get my swing plow out. Swing plows, like the thing about this swing plow, one of the things that makes them a lot worse is that you just like the since you have to get on the plow one field space. Okay, yes, usually that's less contested, but it's also like not a space you want to start player for, because if you're start playing for plow, then you're giving the person after you family growth or plow sow. And I mean, in this game, I know I can get my plow actions no matter what, but if I'm staying on 3 family members, I really want to family growth without room twice and then plow sow in 14. So I'm hoping to hit two plows without. But you know what? I don't really want to plow this round anyways because I want to get soil nutritionists out also. Now that I think about it, I don't really want to plow this round anyways. You could just say any time before the returning home phase. Keith can grow. He doesn't have any more moves. I can grow last action. Mike got there on his cooking hearth, so he should be good to go. He just wants to grab a 2 boar, 2 cattle action, and then he's all right. If he doesn't get either of those, then he's a bit sad, but I'm assuming he'll get one of those two. He'll start player for one of them. Absolutely. So I'll play my swing. Oh, unless no, this is Reno. Yeah, because it's start classification meal. So Thatcher's gonna build a stone room here. Fun. Don't see that every day. Also, my prediction for a very good friend has been disappointing. Only a wood, a clay, and a reed so far for Mike. It's okay. I'm giving him something else here to work with. So I need one more 3 wood action, and that could come from Sailboat Constructor. So if I say take fishing as a 7 food action next round, that would pay for Sailboat Constructor. Although I don't really want to play Sailboat Constructor next round because I really want to play Freeloader next round. And if I'm not buying the wood in the round 11 harvest, then it's pretty bad. Right? Because I definitely, with Constable in the game, definitely do not want to wait until 14 to spend my wood. Want it to be earlier than that. Why does Keith want Reedstone food there? Miner that costs a stone? Or a miner that costs 2 stone? I don't really need any of these with my first move. But I'll take the 4 wood because it's the best action. And it gives me the option of Children's Playground. Like, letting Mike get the 2 boar back here could be could be a mistake. So Mike's got the house builder, it looks like. Especially since he's asking to move his fields. I would guess he's got the house builder. Or hut builder. Not hut builder. Master builder. That's what it is. Master builder was in the draft. So one of the reasons to do these 3 middle fields is if you're planning to put rooms in here. or at least one more room. But maybe an indicator that he first picked Cloister Dweller. Yeah, some of the songs of the station are so pretty, and also some of them are so. I don't enjoy them. They're not. I can't say they're objectively bad, but I, I think they're bad. Thatcher plays Scholar. No, my freeloader. Poorly timed. So probably I can't afford to freeload family growth. Probably I just need to make sure that I get plow twice. Unless I'm 100% that I'm going to wheel plow, which most of the time I'm not going to be 100% that I'm going to wheel plow. I probably just need to freeload this swing plow twice. In which case, it's not guaranteed that I need. It's not guaranteed that I need um, freeloader to get plow twice, but Thatcher might be in plow first action mode. Feels like Thatcher's been a lot slower than this. A lot slower than this. Joinery here, really? That is interesting. I was expecting something different. I'm gonna flip the fish and then fence last action. And then in round 12, my actions are like plow, stone, stone. So maybe. Yeah, something like that. Four food and a clay to feed six. Playing cattle breeder here as Thatcher seems like well, I guess it tells us like Thatcher's going to fence and then take one cattle. But that seems like a mistake to me. The power of cattle breeder in a constable game is the ability to have stuff on the board. Is the ability to have like take the stuff off the board and then people think, oh, we can deny your cattle, and then you drop cattle breeder after. Maybe as a miner that cares about having a cattle. I don't know what that would be. Yeah, he is doing it. Oh, and I have a guest token. Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing he maybe yeah. The other thing he could have is there was the enclosed pasture card. There was that 4 stone defense of a pasture, so maybe he's gonna do that to give himself the spot for the third animal. So there's value to taking 2 sheep here, but I think sowing this round ends up being pretty important because I can either sow twice or I can take vegetable or grain twice. And like the sowing, if I sow twice, I get to activate my clay ability twice, and I just think that's probably going to be more points overall. It's a little worse because of the pottery. Obviously, I'm spending pottery points to get crop points, but I want to guarantee myself those pickler points, right? Yeah, maybe Thatcher has a cares about cattle card, like Milking Hand or something. That might be what he's going to scholar next round. He's going to scholar Milking Hand, maybe. The other thing I could have done here is I could have freeloaded Plow Sow. The thing is, I really just want to freeload Plow Sow in 14. I want to freeload Plow Sow in 14. Therefore, I think it's correct to do it this way. Yeah, he does have Milking Hand. So I'm definitely at risk of not getting all 3 animal types. But I mean, nobody else is looking all that likely to get the constable points. The person most likely is Thatcher. and Thatcher's game is pretty unremarkable otherwise. However, if he has two decent guilds, maybe that gets him there, and he's got, 2 points on extensive resume, 2 points on milking hand, maybe. But yeah, Thatcher is two crop kinds and two animal kinds away, so I'm not that worried. And obviously, you can't get the animal husbandry points or the animal, the animal husbandry workers points. Ooh, Mike wants some extra wood. Did Mike grab like an allegory or something? I wonder. Why does he have that for? Why does he need that extra wood grab? I wonder if it's an allegory or. Oh no, that was 6 wood he just took. I thought he took 3 wood. No, he just took 6 wood. Yes, so that got him to 15. Keith Reno Clay Oven. I mean, if I get the boar or the sheep back here, I'm extremely happy. Getting the boar or the sheep back here, both of those are fantastic for me. All right. I should not get the boar back here. Thatcher should be taking the boar. But I mean, he would take the boar and let one of them run, is what he would have to do. And it seems like he's given up on the constable points or something. I don't know. Fofo, did you DM him that he can't combo Carpenter and Clay supports? Because it does seem like maybe that's what he had in mind before he realized that didn't work. Maybe just realized it on its own, on his own. Uh oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean that just won me the game there, I'm pretty sure. Getting 2 breeding pairs here after my mandatory 2 plow actions, like, yeah, really, really good spot for me. Last action, grab a grain maybe. If I grab a grain, then I have the option of iron oven. Although, no, I'd probably just take vegetable. Well, it's like the thing is, iron oven and cooking corn are both the same number of points, which is unusual. But I mean, the stone oven is some points as well. I mean, Pickler's not at risk, right? There's the cloister dweller for Mike. I wonder if he'll get there. I wonder if he'll build a wood room, maybe. Looks like we're getting all 4 global bonuses. Yeah. Do I play an improvement here just because improvement's going to be more contested at the end of the game? Like, I could just build the stone oven now for a 3 point, not quite 3 point action, but some point action. I will eat a clay and a clay and a cattle. Yeah, clay and a cattle is all I need to feed. I'm not gonna eat a clay. What am I saying? No way I eat a clay here. The only thing that's not good is that I only have a three. I only actually have three family members. Like my guest room is not actually giving me that many points here. Mike does have the well, and he's got a 3-point cloister dweller. But if I deny him the constable points, it's hard to imagine he's competitive with me if I deny him the constable points. Right? Because he's missing two animal types here. I eat a cattle. I should not have four cattle. This feels like a game where, yeah, I don't know. The moves of the two players in front of me are just so good for me. Too good for me. And I mean, you could probably look at Keith's hand and say that my hand is better than it should be because of Keith's draft. And Thatcher, that's harder to say, but I mean, Carpenter plus Scholar is a bit odd, right? He built up to so many building resources, and then they kind of all just went away. Oh, X-Spin 9. I just realized Thatcher was the perfect guest here for another reason. Not the raising kid helping in the classroom part for the educator, but even more direct. Thatcher is helping me out in other ways, I would guess. There's no way this is right. There's no way this is right. Thatcher's had like multiple more than 1 minute long turns. I guess paying for extra for the grain is not necessarily worth it. Um, yeah. But I mean, what else am I spending the clay on? Nothing, right? Maybe a point. I guess the grain isn't worth the clay. Unless I'm gonna eat the two, unless I want to eat the two clay that I have in my supply. But probably that's not the case when I have a boar and a sheep to eat. That's 6 food already. Plus I have a vegetable that I won't need. I guess the vegetable keeps points away from Mike. So Thatcher's got milking stool. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Um, Yeah, I wonder if Mike's got like allegory or something. He might. I think I just play the cooking hearth here, and then I can, or cooking corner, and I can block whatever action Mike needs to get his constable with my last move. Or my second last move, and then I take 4 clay last move. Whew. 4 clay? Yeah, block the sheep first, though. Keep Mike from getting to the constable. Mike's my only threat. Alright, so 2-point tile maker, 2-point ATA, 5-point constable, and 3-point pickler. Mike giving himself the pickler points with only 4 vegetables? Seems like he might be. Eat OH. It is Mike with clay supports. So Mike did not want this game to go this way at all. We like totally forced him onto building wood rooms. Mike did not want. I mean, I took clay pretty aggressively. Did I? Maybe not that aggressively. So I'm at 44 plus 12, 56. Oh, that's his cloister dweller, 3 points. What am I saying? It's on top of the cloister dweller. 56, 43, 37, 36. GG. Yeah, guest room pretty good. Especially when you get early cattle, and also your opponents let you get the constable breeding animals with the constable in the draft, like already on the table too. Yeah. Okay, 7:30. Yeah, no, I think I gotta stop there. Guys, I'm done for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. Thank you so much to Rilo Kren. 21 months. Awesome. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Rilo Kren. Um, Let me check. What time am I back tomorrow? When did I say? Tomorrow it'll be late after soccer, so about 10 p.m. start. Basically, whenever I can get a game after 9:35, 9:40-ish. That's pretty much when the stream's gonna go on. And then, yeah. Yeah, and then I'm going on vacation in 10 days. So starting the 29th, I'll be gone for 2.5 weeks. So I probably won't stream at all. 20's will be huge. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.